I decided to completely change my life, and I did one of those popular transform yourself in X amount of days challenge. I did it in 90 days. Do you think this challenges work? Let's see what really happened. Hi, my name is Rafael. Welcome to my channel. I did this challenge around 1.5, almost 2 years ago. The reason was I ended up in a really difficult situation in my life. There was a whole series of different occasions. My friend has betrayed me. I lost my house. I lost my job. I lost my family. I lost completely everything at age almost 40. So I decided to return to my native town to kind of recover. And this recover took me almost 2 years because everything that happened in my life was really shocking to me. So yeah, it took some time. But at some point when I felt that all my wounds had healed, I decided that it's time to get my life back. So I decided to change my life from surviving mode to thriving mode. And that's when I thought about this challenge. I didn't know what to start with, and I realized that I need some kind of plan and that I should stick to it, constantly execute it every day. That's when the idea of this challenge hit me. Did this challenge really work? No. And yes. Let me explain everything from the very beginning. First of all, the parts of my life that I wanted to change were my habits, productivity, preventing myself from wasting my time on some unimportant things, all kinds of useless stuff. Sports. I do BJJs and I wanted some significant improvements in this kind of sports. Also, I wanted to be able to do full split. Fourth, finances. My goal was to start some kind of business that could generate me a good amount of money. I wanted financial freedom. Fifth, growing on YouTube. That was one thing that would help me achieve the previous one with finances. That's what I thought. So I wrote an everyday schedule that included all these parts and started to follow it every day. I shot everything on my phone to then edit and post it on my channel. Unfortunately, I made a really dumb thing later. I deleted all videos from this channel, which I regret right now because that would be a really good history. I would be able to use them now, but back then I didn't have experience and I thought those videos were ugly. I didn't like the quality. I didn't like my cell phone camera. I didn't like anything, so I just deleted them. That was a mistake that I still regret, but it's time to move on. So what was the result of that challenge? Well, my life hasn't transformed that much, but months later I realized that some really interesting things had happened, and I'll tell you about them in several minutes. So what was going on during the challenge? First 7 to 10 days, everything was perfect. I was highly motivated, everything was great. After those days, it was around second week, the testing mode has started. The testing mode I call the period where life, the universe, or your mind, you can call it whatever you want, puts you on test. Everything starts falling apart. Your mind whispers you to stop, that it's some bullshit, you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't waste your time, that you're doing some stupid, useless thing. You don't want to wake up in the morning, you don't want to do nothing. So everything, the whole universe turns against you. But I overcame it. 1 month. My friends started to notice some changes. They noticed change in behavior. They noticed difference during the training sessions. They were amazed by my endurance and by my split. Actually, the progress was really good. During that period from 1 week to 3 weeks or 1 month, I have quickly tested my business ideas. They didn't work. One of these business ideas was long-term project, and I worked on it for the next 2 years, and it failed at the end because supplier has made some changes that dramatically affected my business. So I had to just shut this project down. So what was the success of this challenge? First, my mind has changed. Not completely, not 100%, but I really have noticed some changes. My mentality has changed. Second, health. It improved dramatically. Yeah, in this case, I completely achieved my goal. Also, I felt alive during this challenge. I was moving, I was doing something, I was proactive, constantly busy, and I really had some goals, had some meaning. So overall, life did really become better, but only 20%. I cannot say that my life completely changed, but it actually improved. What were the fails of this challenge? First of all, the financial side of my life. I didn't start any business. They all failed one by one. Most of all because I couldn't do these businesses from where I live. Of course, there were some gray or dark schemes, ways to do that, but I didn't want to start something that will fall apart, something that will lead me to the situation where all my accounts, all my businesses will be shut down, blocked because of terms of service violations. I wanted all my businesses to be clean and ethical. Second, splits. I was doing actually really good. I was moving really fast, but by the end of second month, I injured my leg. Because I wanted fast results, I forced myself too much, so I injured my leg. Third, in general, my life hasn't really changed that much. So in this meaning, I cannot say that the whole challenge was success, but I've got a priceless experience and learned some crucial lessons. First, don't hurry. The situation with splits has taught me that you don't have to hurry. Don't force yourself too much. Move steadily. It doesn't matter what you do. Are you doing business? Are you working? Are you running or going to the gym? Don't hurry. Find your rhythm and just stick to it. Second, focus on less things to do. My mistake was that I was working on several projects at the time. That was too much. But actually, the most difficult thing for me was to edit those videos that I was shooting. They took a lot of time to edit, but I couldn't delegate it to some other people. Because remember, I was short of money, so I couldn't spend them on professional editors. Third, train your mind constantly and never stop. Because if you stop, it will be much more difficult than to get back to mind training. Your mind will resist twice harder. So it's easier to continue than to start all over again. Fourth, tests. From the very beginning, no matter what part of your life you want to change, you should be ready that there will be so-called testing mode. That's what I call them. Testing modes. I don't know, it may happen after 3 days, after 1 week, or even several times. I had several times after 1 week, then after a month, then after a second month. That's when your mind tells you that you're doing useless thing, that what you do is pointless, just in vain, you're just wasting your time. There will be different situations that will go against you. The life will go against you. There will be difficult situations meant to break you. It will seem that everything is falling apart. So in those moments, just don't stop. You have to overcome all these obstacles. Is life, universe, or God, whatever you call it, testing you? Do you really deserve that goal you are pursuing? So you have to know in advance that there will be testing modes. Fifth, schedule. Without schedule, your mind will constantly be bombarded with different things. Something will always distract you. So you have to have this clean plan, clean road in front of you, some kind of map of your journey. See, the motivation dies really quickly. By the end of second week, you will notice that your motivation has just disappeared. So you have to form a habit as quick as possible. And what helps you with this is discipline. Discipline is doing certain things even when you don't want to do it, even when your motivation is low or completely absent. And the process, you have to focus on process. My mistake was that I was concentrating on the result, and as a rule, result is what doesn't come quickly. When you see people achieve quick results, that actually exception from the rules. Usually the result is not what comes really quick. And when you don't get results really quickly, you just stop doing what you was doing. So focus own the process. 6. You should have long-term goals without expecting any results. Yes, of course, the whole this challenge was pursuing some result, and everything is done for the result. But you have to be able to do certain things for a pretty long time without expecting anything. That's just how life works. If you want to grow the plant, you put the seed in the soil. It doesn't grow in 5 minutes. It takes some time before you even see the sprout. So you are not getting results for a pretty long time. I will explain this in my future videos. That understanding was really life-changing for me. The 7, measured result. What I mean, when you want to achieve something, the result should be very clean and clear. If you want to earn a certain amount of money, you should definitely know what amount of money you want. If you want to become stronger, you should exactly know how much stronger you want to get. If you want to change your life, you should understand what these changes will be, what you want to consider as new life. Do you know what I mean? So the result should be measured. And I also told you that I noticed some interesting things during that challenge. During that challenge, some ideas appeared in my mind, but that time they seemed too difficult for me. I had no resources to start working on them. But months later, after I had finished that challenge, I realized that I'm working on them. Right now, I have several projects based on these ideas, and I didn't even know when I have started working on them. And I haven't been even realizing all this time that all these ideas there appeared in my mind during that challenge. Also, after 1.5 years, I realized that financially and overall, my life has really improved. It became much better than it was before. And also, months later, I realized that it shouldn't be 90 days challenge, but the whole life. I realized that I should train my life into eternal training camp, because the competition in the world never stops. The whole nature, the whole universe is a constant competition. It's constant moving, constant growth. Everything in nature is a constant fight and a constant war. And the war never stops. So why should I have 90 days war? The war is going on every day. So I should turn my life into everyday training camp. I have to become a Spartan warrior. Well, actually part of my life really looks like a Spartan's life. So from now on, I decided to turn all my life into this kind of challenge. It's not a challenge, I just decided to live that lifestyle. Constantly achieving goals, constant everyday training, like in a training camp. So I have created a protocol that I follow every day. If you are interested in, I can share it with you. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, I've already put it into PDF or some text document, so the link will be below this video. I did it just for myself, but I can share it with you. I already followed for more than 1 week, and it is really powerful. I was able to finish a lot of stuff that I couldn't finish in several months. And I will post everyday videos like previously here on my channel. There are a lot of things I cannot post here on YouTube. They are either not watchable, so they kind of harm algorithms, or I cannot do live streams here on YouTube because I have no certain amount of subscribers. So I will post them also on my TikTok, on my Instagram, and mostly I will post them on my Telegram channel. So if you want to watch them, want to engage with me, welcome to my Telegram channel. The link is below the video. So I use all my channels as actually a journal to my life. I changed all my channels name to Raphael the Ninja Turtles Way. Previously it had the name No Limits, but I found it too cheesy, so I changed it to my name and just added Turtle Ninja because I'm a turtle ninja. I want to tell you that I'm not a guru, not some expert on self-improvement or some kind of business or whatever. I'm just a regular guy. I'm living my life and I'm posting everything. I turned my life into a whole huge experiment and I'm posting it here I'm following the protocol. So if you wanna watch me, subscribe, join my warriors tribe, and see you in the next video.